So what sort of place was Texas in 1491? Well, large swaths of Texas was a sea of grass. Sea of grass that supported hundreds of thousands, millions of head of buffalo. And these buffalo lured people away from the more sheltered areas of East Texas in the forest, or the mountains of the Rockies, or the Great Basin, onto the prairies to hunt these animals. However, Texas was fairly rough country. There wasn't a lot of water. So water really dictated where people went, how they hunted, what sort of lifestyles they could actually use in the country. And it was not one of the more densely populated places in the Americas. It was sort of a point between here and there in terms of Indian civilizations, trade routes, things like that. The peoples that did traverse Texas in those primitive days in 1491 tended to be go-between traders or very small bands of nomadic hunters. There was no permanent settlements because the landscape just wouldn't support it. When you went into East Texas, you had some sort of semi-permanent settlements, but even those folks tended to pull up stakes every summer and head out and do some hunting. The winters were very cold, the summers were very hot, and as a result, people just didn't want to live in Texas if they could help it. The Indians that did live here tended to have been pushed here from someplace else, or were busy trying to get from point A to point B without lingering very long in what is now the Lone Star State.